We will open a song by our amazing choir. This song is called Lead With Love by Melanie DeMore. Please help me in giving Cascade Choir a warm welcome.
Don't give up hope.
Don't give up hope.
You're not alone.
You're not alone.
Don't you give up.
Don't you give up.
Keep moving on.
Keep moving on. You gotta put one foot in front of the other one, and lead with love.
I know you're scared,
I know you're scared,
but I'm scared too.
but I'm scared too.
But here I
But here I am,
am, right next to you.
right next to you. You gotta put one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, one foot, and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other one foot, and lead with love, and lead with love, and lead with love.
Thank you, choir. That was amazing. Martin Luther King was a man of peace. He knew he was treated differently just because of the color of his skin, and he wanted a change. He decided to do something about it. He wanted to be the change he seeked. Although he was angry, he demonstrated it in peace.
MLK Jr. held marches, rallies, and peaceful protests, including sit-ins. One of his most famous speeches is I Have a Dream speech. It was passionate and inspiring. Let's watch a bit of it now.
So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. One day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. Every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the word of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is a faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day. This will be the day when all of God's children be able to sing with new meaning, my country tears to thee. Sweet land of liberty of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrims cried. From every mountainside, let freedom reign. If America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom reign. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom reign. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom reign. From the hiking Alleghenies of Pennsylvania, let freedom reign. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom reign. From the glacial slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom reign from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom reign from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom reign from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom reign, and when this happens, when we allow freedom reign, when we let it reign from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
people still talk about him and how he fought for freedom today.
Once upon a time, there's a man named Martin Luther King Jr. It's funny to think about because now we know his name so well, but at one time he was just a kid. Like maybe you're a kid watching this. Well, he was a kid too. Well, maybe you're a grown-up. That's okay too. All kids are welcome here. I don't discriminate. Martin Luther King grew up to be a great man, of course. But things were all that great in the world while he was growing up. Not everybody was treated like they were somebody. And I believe that you should treat everybody like this is a birthday. But they didn't do that. People looked at the color of your skin. And that's how they decided if they were friends or not. Not cool, man. That didn't make Jim feel good. That didn't make anybody feel good. But his parents helped him grow up. He went to church. He learned about love. He grew up to be a minister to help a lot of people. He did all sorts of cool stuff. He helped a lot of people learn about love too. But still, he looked around and said, things should be better. He wanted to change things, so he did stuff. He decided, instead of spreading the hate, he would spread the love. He wanted to bring people together. Where people were hurting, he stepped in to help. He marched with them. He walked with them. He walked arm in arm with everyone. Sometimes he didn't go well, but he kept going. Sometimes he ended up in prison, but he kept going. Some people didn't like him, but he kept going. Some days were hard, but he kept going. Love does that and just keeps going, even when things are dark. And, well, I don't like to spoil the story, but things did get pretty dark. Someone who didn't agree with him shot him. He died in April of 1968. Now, keep pressing. Why are you telling us this sad story? Come on. I know. I'm sorry, but it happened. And I don't like that happened. Now, I gotta tell you something. When things aren't awesome, it can be tough. And things won't always be awesome, but your response can be. Martin Luther King's response? It was awesome. Today, I just want us to think about this. Isn't it cool that we can change things? Like any of us, anybody. He dreamed and he changed things, and he dreamed and he kept sharing his dreams. They became not just his dream, a lot of people's dream. Like this one. I have a dream that little black boys and black girls will join hands with white boys and white girls and become sister and brother. That's a pretty good dream. Let's dream like that. That could change things. I have the honor of being Dr. King's son, Dr. Martin Luther King III. And you can find your conversation in my new book, Two President's Guide to Being Awesome. He's really great.
I love how Kid President describes Martin Luther and what he is about. He wraps it up perfectly. Let's take a pause and welcome back our choir with a beautiful song called Which Side Are You On?
This is a historic protest song that would have been sung during the marches that Martin Luther King was part of. However, the verses would be different. Every verse they would sing about someone who was inspiring. We are going to sing about people who inspire us from the civil rights movement era, including Martin Luther King, but you have a part in this song. When we sing, Which Side Are You On?, your response is, we're on the freedom side. Let's try it real quick. Let's give them an opening. Here we go. Which
side are you on, my people? Which side are you on?
We're on the freedom side. Do better. Here we go. Try again. You got this. Prove it. Here we go. We're on the freedom side. That's what we want to hear. If you like who they're singing about, if it's someone who inspires you, feel free to clap and cheer in the middle of their singing. It's okay to do.
sat split middle, refused to move, even stood up to police.
Which side are you on, my people? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, my people? Which side are you on?
Rosa Parks was a freedom fighter. She followed Claudette's lead. A sweet old woman can change the world just by sitting on a seat.
Which side are you on, my people? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, my people? Which side are you on? Freedom side.
Ruby Bridges was a freedom fighter when she went to school. Held her head up tall, walked through the haters' wall, and now who looks a fool?
Which side are you on, my people? Which side are you on? Freedom side. Which side are you on, my people? Which side are you on?
Freedom rides were freedom fighters taking trips on the Greyhound. They stood up to violence in all the places racism was found.
Which side are you on, my people? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, my people? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, my people? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, my people? Which side are you
Thank you, choir. That was such a good song. Like the choir just showed us. Thank you, choir. That was such a good song. Like the choir just showed us, other people made a historical impact concerning equal rights for all, no matter their skin color, sexual orientation, or gender. Let's hear some of their impacts and celebrate their willingness to take risks to better communities near and far.
Rosa Parks was a true civil rights pioneer. After a long day's work, she boarded a bus to go home. She was tired and hungry, but mostly tired. When she refused to give up her seat at the front of the bus to a white man, she broke unfair segregation laws and was arrested and taken to jail at the age of 42.
It was about 6 in the afternoon. I was arrested for refusing to give my seat to a white male passenger on orders of the bus driver. The bus was organized with racial segregation, the white passengers to the front and the color to the rear. And the bus driver, of course, would move or rearrange his passengers to his wishes. Would order some persons to give up their seats for white passengers who had to stand.
And he ordered you.
Yes, he did.
And then what happened?
When I refused to move, he had me arrested, put in jail.
And the bus driver, was he very violent?
No, he wasn't. He just called the policeman and I refused to stand up.
And what was the attitude of the police?
Well, they questioned me about why I refused to give up the seat, and when I told them I didn't believe I should have to give up the seat, they told me I was under arrest.
It was all done quite easily, or was there violence or anger?
There was no violence nor anger on the part of any of us involved at that time.
I did this because I felt I was being violated as a human being. I had a hard day of work on the job,
and I was physically tired, as well as just mentally vexed and sick of this type of thing we have to endure as a people because of our race. It did not seem right, it wasn't right, and I felt that I was being mistreated.
But we knew that she was going to be convicted. But what was more important than her case per se, whether or not she was convicted or not, was the fact that between the time she was arrested on Thursday and the time of the trial on Monday, the black community had become so upset and disturbed over the bus situation and over Mrs. Park's arrest until we had concluded that this simply was it, the straw that broke the camel's back, and that we were going to stay off of the buses until we could get some type of consideration. I think if there was any one point or one event in the civil rights movement that started in the 50s, you can pinpoint it to the Montgomery bus boycott and Mrs. Parks was here, and which was symbolized by this courtroom and her conviction in it.
Ida B. Wells. She wanted women to have a voice, and she fought for women's suffrage, and especially black women. They were underserved and underheard, and she made her way all the way up to Washington to ask for a reform.
Ella Baker was a social justice advocate. She was a big part of the civil rights movement, then co-founding the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, which was headed by MLK Jr. Harriet Tubman was an escaped slave who helped others to freedom through a secret passageway. She impacted so many people. She freed 70 slaves in 13 trips. James Farmer also followed the peaceful ways of comedy. He believed that you should tell your adversaries exactly how and when he and his followers would protest. He wanted to be honest and open. Unfortunately, this often led those adversaries to initiate attacks on Farmer and his followers. He once said, "I don't see any future for the nation without any integration. Our lives are intertwined, our work is intertwined, our education is intertwined." This is a lot of inspiring information. Let's continue the inspiration with a piece of Cascade's very own 8th grade orchestra, African-American inspired piece called Going Home from the New World Symphony, written by the classical composer Anton Dvorak. He was influenced by spirituals and folk songs while living and composing in America from 1882 to 1895. Going Home is the theme from his Symphony No. 9. have made many strides in equality over the years, there is still a struggle. People in our community still have to deal with not being treated fairly just because of the color of their skin. The fight for everyone to be treated fairly by all continues.
George Floyd. George Floyd's death impacted society and highlighted how racism still lives. His death, among others, sparked the Black Lives Matter movement. When he was killed by a police officer who kneed him in the neck for 9.5 minutes after being caught for a petty crime.
Breonna Taylor was born in 1993 on June 5th. She was an intelligent girl who was shot and killed in her own home at the age of 27. She was too young to die, and her death impacted people to protest about racism.
This is Tamir Rex. He was shot and killed by a cop while playing with a toy gun in a park. The cop thought the gun was real. After he was shot, the police did not render aid. He was only 12 years old.
Throughout history, Black individuals have faced challenges, but time and again they have not only preserved but thrived. Across every field, from science and the arts of politics and business, Black people have broken barriers, pushed boundaries, and set new standards of excellence. Figures like Alice Walker, whose words continue to inspire Janet Johnson, President and CEO of the NAACP, which works to end racial inequality, are just the beginning. Today, individuals like Ava DuVernay, who has identified storytelling, and Dr. Kismika Corbett, who played a key role in the development of the COVID-19 vaccine, stands as proof of that talent, determination, and innovation know no bounds. These achievements, among many others, illustrate the power of overcoming adversity, the profound impact of Black excellence in the world. Here are a few more passages.
Alice Coachman lived a long life of 90 years. She was the first Black woman to win an Olympic gold medal. She won her Olympic medal in track and field in the event high jump. She competed in other events like 50 meters, 100 meters, and 400 meters relay, which she had national titles for. 77 years later, she's still an inspiration to fellow athletes today. She once said, "I made a difference among the Blacks, being one of the leaders. If I had gone to the games and failed, there wouldn't be anyone to follow in my footsteps."
Barack Obama impacted the world when he became the first Black American to be president. He led our community with affordable health care, advancement in climate change, and educational policy.
Maya Angelou is an amazing author and a Black rights activist. She fought along Martin Luther King Jr. and once said, "It is impossible to struggle for civil rights, equal rights for Blacks, without including whites. Because equal rights, fair play, justice are all like air. We all have it or none of us has it. That's the truth of it."
While the list of achievements by people of color is long, our assembly is not. These Americans have inspired us so much. Let's be inspired one more time with our Cascade Choir. They will be singing Hold On, a traditional protest song.
Also, My fault, we forgot the most important verse of our last song, so we're actually gonna sing one more verse of our last song and then, hold on, real quick. So, because we gotta sing about Martin Luther.
Martin Luther was a freedom fighter, and he taught us how to fight. Marching for the people's equal rights through every day and night. Which side are you on, my people? Which side are you on? All in silence, found in jail, had no money for the post at bail. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Only thing that we did wrong, stayed in the wilderness a little too long. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Only thing that we did right, stand and fight for equal rights. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on.
Thank you so much for attending our assembly and honoring Martin Luther King Jr. Monday is a day off from school, but day is a purpose of service. Here are some things you can do to be of service and honoring King in the right way. So thank you again, and here's Mr. Pendleton to explain dismissal.
All right, everybody. Hey, let's give everybody a hand for such an incredible reflection of our members. Great job to our choir, our leadership, our students participating, and to our orchestra. Thank you. All right, so we're going to have the song as we're exiting. So this is going to be a listening, not making a lot of noise as we exit. Mr. Croston, Mr. Hull, and Mr. Mayer and I